Start over. Okay, it is 5:37. I'd like to call the meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals to order on this Wednesday, March 4th. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Roll call.
Okay, Angelina, would you do roll call for us, please?
Evie Dundas,
Present.
Zachary Carhart,
Here.
Stephen Minor,
Here.
Paul Wright,
Here.
Tamara DiMartino. Here.
And have a motion for the acceptance of February's meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to move that the Zoning Board of Appeals approve the minutes of Wednesday, February 4th that have been circulated and reviewed.
I'll
Second.
2 seconds.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So we have 3 orders of business tonight. Angelina, I don't know if anybody's online or.
Yeah.
It's good to identify who is online.
Who's online, Angie?
There are 3 people online, Tom, RP, I don't know who that is, and Tony. I'm planning board. And Tony.
Okay. So, I'd like to make as per PLZBA 2026 0006.
225.
No.
Okay.
As per that
Oh.
31 Christie Street, the zoning board of appeals will be tabling this variance request until bona fide legal and recent proofs of residency are received.
Do you want to state what specifically you want to receive?
Examples of what we'd like to see are document-based evidence showing a consistent address, which would include a valid New York State driver's license, a New York State income tax return, a voter registration card recently issued. We'd like to see these within 30 days. Council, I don't know if you have anything to add to that list.
I think a utility bill in the name of the applicant would also, and at that address would also be useful. I think there is
Registration.
car registration would be useful. And any more official government document showing that that is his residential address. I don't know if his wife is the co-owner on that. I mean, that may be helpful too. The applicant owns another property on Tibbetts Avenue, which doesn't indicate, the property card that the city has on file does not indicate that 31 Christie Street is his address. So in fact, there is another address, I think, from the Bronx or somewhere in New York City, in the New York City area, which is currently on file. So the applicant would be well advised to update his addresses with the city of Troy. And in addition, I guess I should point out that the reason for requiring proof of residency is at this address is that this is an application for an accessory use structure. It can only be made by a resident or by a residing owner of the premises, an owner who resides on those premises. It's an accessory use. It has to be an accessory use to the primary structure. It's an unusual application because it wants to build this structure in front of the primary structure. So, but we need good, solid legal evidence of residency at that address. Otherwise we have no jurisdiction to entertain the
When you say
application.
residency, you want permanent residency more than 6 months, right? Like,
It's gotta be permanent residency, yeah. And it's either reside there or you don't.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move that we table PLZ BA 2026-006 pending receipt of documented evidence of residence.
I second.
s-
Go ahead.
I second that motion. Aye.
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 Yeah,
Unanimous.
Paul, you asked who was online. Were you asking to see if the applicant, the owner was online or?
Ask if
Yeah.
there are any.
Are there any questions?
No, you asked whether there were people online on
Yes.
Zoom.
Yes.
Were you trying to see if the owner is joining the meeting through Zoom or
Are
why?
you trying to see if Mr. Perez? was
Because
online?
he's been represented by TAP and they are here.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm asking. You've tabled it, that's fine, but I don't know if
Ask
Liz
if
has
anyone
anything.
present
Yeah, if they want
or
to speak.
online has
Does
anything
anybody
to say.
present or online have any questions on this? If you do, kind of step up to the podium. State your name.
Oh, there's no microphone.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
No, I think you made it abundantly clear that he needs to provide more proof of residence, and you made some good suggestions of how he could do that. So we'll work with him to make sure that happens before we come back.
Thank you. What's your name?
Elizabeth Rodriguez, I work at TAP, I'm the architect for the project.
Yes.
And I'm representing the next project as well. So should I just stand here?
Sure. She said she's representing the next one.
Okay, so PLZBA 2026-0007, 811 River Street.
The project is the construction of a single-family house, currently vacant. Oh,
I'm sorry to interrupt. What's your relationship?
yes,
now?
okay. Elizabeth Rodriguez, architect with Troy Architecture Practice PLLC, and I'm representing the clients Laura Minsky and Ira Merritt. Yes, so they would like to build a single-family house on this property. There was a dilapidated house on the property that they did have torn down. The house itself was similar proportions to what we're proposing. It did have a one-story addition to the north, and they do want to put a garage in that spot in the future, but they can't afford it right now. The project that they're proposing is costing $500,000. And that's quite a sum of money to invest in this area. It's really an overinvestment, in my opinion, of the property, but this is a passion project for them. Laura's sister lives in the property to the north, and she did lose her son early, before his time, and inherited money from him, and she's investing that money here in this property in Troy. The reason why we think you should grant this variance is because this is an unusual property in the neighborhood. The neighborhood is largely 35-foot wide lots, some 25-foot wide lots. This lot is an outlier, and I looked to see if it was two lots that were combined in the past. It was not. It was always this extra wide 62-foot wide lot. And she's putting back almost what was there, not quite. It's a little smaller. But it's a nice addition to the street. It's nice to get new construction. Infill, it's not cheap to build in, new construction in the city. And there was some question that Angelina had about the fact that the property line is skewed. So I was referencing the distances at the front of the building, and I didn't mention that at the maximum point, the building is 25 feet from the property, 25 feet, 2 inches. I'm hoping that you're not going to hold that against us, that I didn't give you that number in the application. But in fact, the numbers across the front represent where it would be on the property and add up to the 62.4 lineal feet. It's a 2-story frame house, similar to what was there. I don't know what else I can tell you. That can ask questions if you want.
Do you have I don't have any questions, but do you have pictures or anything?
I didn't bring any elevations with me. I'm sorry. Did I submit any with the application? No.
More, mine's more out curiosity.
Okay.
So you guys are usually really good. You see.
Rodriguez.
Hey, Mark.
Did you submit those to the city? You know, Angie, do we have anything, any photos or anything from this project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what's coming around?
So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the pictures. Oh, there's your-
Oh, there we go. Voila.
Okay, so it looks like maybe I didn't do an elevation.
Yeah, they did send, I think that I don't know why.
Mm. The area is zoned 2-family. This is a 1-family house, but a 2-family isn't much different in size. It probably would have been just a little bit wider and a little bit longer if it were a 2-family house. In fact, we were originally looking at a 2-family. She couldn't afford that.
I don't have any questions.
So the applicant has revised the plan to reflect the setback.
What's up next right here?
Okay,
Uh,
no, I don't think that has happened yet.
No?
What,
so
We can't vote on it.
You can't vote on
that's
this.
where I was going.
Because, yeah, it's gonna require more variance and we didn't notice for that, so I don't think you guys can be able to.
So
approve
in the
this tonight.
staff report, the applicant has to go back regarding setbacks at the narrowest point.
I think what you're saying is where the building is, where the property line skews away from the building, that I didn't write.
I'm just reading the staff report.
Okay.
I have no problem with your project. I think it's a great project.
Well, but I want to get clear what's missing from the plan. So, because I didn't put 25 feet, 2 inches at the back corner of the building to the property line. You're saying it's missing information for you to be able to grant the variance.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
And
Because you gave us 20, is that 20? 20 feet, and that is what we noticed for
20 feet, 2 inches,
inches.
but
instead of-
that's accurate at the front of the property. So-
But we're gonna take the widest because that is gonna require more,
The variance,
yeah.
that
because-
was, the variance that was noticed that that the board would be considering tonight is not accurate. So we'll have to bring this back, if I may, okay? Table it, bring it back
Mhm.
and notice the variances correctly,
Okay, I don't agree with your logic, but,
okay?
So they have to amend their application?
Yes, they have worked with staff to amend the application.
yeah, and I don't think that's
Because
even,
they're exceeding, the reason is that you guys are exceeding the minimum, the maximum of 5 feet.
yes.
So if you are exceeding 5 feet and you are showing 20 feet, 2 inches instead of 25 feet, it means that there's a difference. So I'm gonna take the widest part instead of the smallest part.
I understand your logic.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with it.
Okay.
We showed at the front exactly the distance we need to be away from the property line at the front of the property and on both sides. And just because the property happens to be skewed, you're focusing on this dimension at the back.
It's not a back, but a side of, it's still the side of it.
Yeah.
It's not a back.
Okay, that's your prerogative. We'll come back next month. We'll put
Please do
the
that.
dimension there.
Yeah, please.
We like
I
the-
have,
We like the project.
I just have one more,
Yeah.
one question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Ask. Did I hear you correctly that it costs $500,000 to build a two-story, single-family house in Troy?
It's pretty normal. Actually, it's, you have to work at it to get it down to that price. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whose were these?
No,
Evie's? This goes back to Evie.
So there's no vote needed.
No, you have to table it.
But
We have
You have
to
to-
table
you
it?
got to table it.
We got a motion to table.
A motion to table.
I make a motion to table PLZBA 20260007.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Is she clear on what she needs to?
But she's going to work with staff.
Okay.
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 Okay, next on the agenda, PLZBA 0008, 547 River Street.
Good evening, Darren Katz with Saxton Signs on behalf of Pioneer Bank.
Yeah, we got that.
Ready when you are.
Good evening, guys. Thanks for taking time out to hear us on this. Basically, we're just asking relief on a couple factors of the current ordinance, basically size, square footage of the sign, and some of the actual lettering height. As you can see in the photos, what we're asking is for a decent sized sign to represent Pioneer Bank, who's moving into that facility. They're taking about an entire floor of that building. Currently on the building, there are a few other signs. Those signs are leasing signs and temporary banner signs, so they're not really by ordinance signs. So really, there are no other signs currently on that building. As far as asking for the increase of size, the increase of size is primarily just distance to the roadway, especially at that height and speeds that cars are traveling on the elevated roadway. As far as the neighborhood in which we're requesting this to be in, there are several other buildings that have similar size signs at similar heights, also to achieve the same thing, being visible from the road, being able to be seen from a safe distance when people are coming off and on 787 trying to find the location. One of the reasons for the size of the sign as well is this is relatively a new logo for Pioneer Bank, who did some rebranding a few years back. So they're just trying to stay brand specific throughout all the locations throughout the city of Troy. I don't know how long you guys have been here, but I do know that Pioneer Bank has been part of this community for a very long time. I don't really want to speak on that, but I do have a representative with Pioneer Bank who I know wants to make a couple comments on what they do and who they are and what they commit to Troy. So would you like to come up for a second?
Good evening. My name is Philip Walsh. Philip Walsh with Pioneer. I'm the Vice President of Facilities Administration. And I've been with the bank for 29 years next week. And we've been in Troy since 1889. And we continue to invest in the city. And we are hoping to continue that in this building in that neighborhood. I'm here to answer any questions you might have on the banking side of things.
You indicated, or the other representative indicated that you were moving. Are you moving from further up on Hoosick Street down to?
We are currently leased on Second Street and we own the location on Hoosick Street, so that we won't be moving out of Hoosick Street.
So you will have two locations along up on Hoosick and downtown.
Correct.
Is this going to be a branch where I could walk in and?
Yes, it's approximately 2,300 square foot retail banking branch.
What's happening with the Second Street property?
I can tell you we are currently leased. A lot of what hinges at this other location is based on how things go with our signage.
Why have two locations pretty close to each other? Like, was it maybe a mile and a half?
I'm not
Hoosick?
sure the distance between the bottom of Hoosick Street and the top, but I can tell you the Hoosick Street branch does very well. There's a lot of traffic that we get up there, and we've always done well down in the city as well. And we want to continue to serve the people in the city of Troy.
Thank you.
Are any of these signs lit?
They are
How?
internally illumination LEDs. They'll have faces on them that will buffer the light. They'll all have different colors. The Pioneer Bank has a gray that gives a nice kind of a warm glow with a little bit of a halo kind of effect off to the side. And the main logo, the Flying P, is a darker color, of which will also have a very light illumination during the evening.
Are they steady light or?
Steady light, no blinking, no movement at all.
Rendition of that? Lighting? Is there any? No. No.
So I guess I'll speak up. So I'm not a big fan of, we're on that one. Go back to the other one. Yeah, that one. That rock gym actually doesn't exist.
No, it does not.
Yeah. So I personally am not a fan of signage on, particularly lit signage on the exterior of that building there. We ixnayed the Central Rock Gym. And my personal opinion is similar to that. It's quite large and it's just something I don't care for. And when I go down to the third page, which has the, Angelina, can you go scroll to, the next one. Go past that one to the front of the building on River Street. Yeah, that one. So, the rendering of the Pioneer over the top of there, first of all, that first floor is all rounded windows. They're not actually what that looks like. Pardon me?
The bottom level are flat tops.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
Yeah.
Look at the one right next to it.
If you look at the pictures, you look to the right, you can see they're all flat top.
The building's built in two sections. First of all, I'm Nathaniel Betty. I'm the building owner. The building is built in two halves. The
Oh,
lower half, built in 1880, rounded tops. This is the northern wing, built in 1890, flat
Okay.
headers. So we're not obfuscating rounded tops. Just want to make that clear.
So the
Okay.
picture that I'm looking at is not facing the building, looking at River Street.
This is from the middle of River Street, looking at the primary facade of the building.
I would have to echo what you
Well-
said. I did a drive-by and I could have sworn the tops of those windows on.
Do you have
River
Google Earth
were
you can
out.
pull up, Angelina, just to
Well, I
show
have-
illustrating this way?
I
We're
think-
snapshotting the one bay and it's confusing. I understand.
Well, I think I think I understand what your confusion is. I see that there's two parts of the building, and to the left has the curved, and to the right has the square. And I think the confusion is in your rendering, you have the pre-existing walkway, so it looks like, so when I'm looking at the picture of River Street here, there's the rail or whatever that's.
The elevated sidewalk.
Yeah, which exists now on the building with the round windows, and
It goes across the
you're
whole
gonna be
frontage of the
putting-
building.
Yeah, you would be putting in your
There,
own.
on the
There.
left.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
so there we go. So it's on that section over there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just in this,
Okay.
this is the dividing line between the two areas of construction. So from here over is 1890, a separate building. From here to the south, 2 bays, 1880, rounded tops, and a mix of 2 designs. There were 2 architects actually that did this in
Okay.
different areas of construction, or Miller Hall and Hartwell Collar Factory with the original building.
So that accounts for my impression of the rounded window.
yep. Yep. Have you guys considered, across the street, as you know, your bargain grocery store has, I don't know what you call it, where it has the pole that comes out, which is a good looking sign. Instead of, or something like that, which is more of a drive-by visual.
Bargain grocery store has a wall sign up high as well that is illuminated.
We hadn't. That was a pre-existing sign from Smith Beauty, who was the prior tenant.
Not
in
that,
building.
well,
The one on
that
the-
one right there.
I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about, right over the
Yeah,
old front
like that's a
door.
good looking sign. Is there any, just because it's, first of all, you can see it driving, coming and going.
It really wouldn't work with their logo.
It doesn't work with their logo.
It's a long text logo. We're
Well,
trying to
yes, I
not
see that.
Reformat for specific
see that.
property. I
Mhm,
don't want to speak for yourself, but
mhm.
trying to maintain the new brand standards that they just rolled out
Mm-hmm.
and I think look very nice. And doing it in this format over the transom of that window section seems to fit geometrically the best way with the building. We're also trying to.
Well,
make
now
it
I know
fit
that we're looking at
section.
square windows versus round windows.
Correct,
It's-
yes.
It changes, certainly. And
Why
again,
do
that-
you, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, that's also channel lettering lit.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not fully channel lettering. It's basically a box sign that has push through. So the letters are extruding from the main face of the box about a half inch. So that also, when it is illuminated, it helps diffuse the illumination so it's not so bright and it gives it a little bit of that, what we call a halo effect.
And the size of the one over the window transom is,
That is 30 square feet. The entire box length is 175 inches. The height is 25 inches. The lettering is 18 inches and 3/4 high.
so it's 25 inches.
The pan that the letters are sitting on, yes, the backer.
And then the P just goes on the facade by the,
Yeah, the P is one of their main branding portions of their logo. It's an extremely important part in their brand identity, and they're trying to keep that consistent throughout all of their new branches. That was one of the main portions of their rebranding that they did a few years back.
and that's also lit?
That is also lit.
Okay.
And it's made in the same way as the others. It is that little bit of a push through. It's just got a much smaller backer on it, a little less profile to it.
So really, you're asking for 3 signs. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
The P being one of them.
The,
Yeah.
the P on the, just the way
It's
it
its
lays
own
out on
sign.
the front of the
Yeah.
building kind of
What-
becomes its own. Yes.
One of the 3 signs would be way up high on the side of the building,
Correct. That's just
similar
for,
to a case that we had earlier.
yes, similar to the multiple properties that do have signs at that high, like the hotel and things of that
No,
nature.
that's not what I'm referencing.
Okay.
And the other 2 would be on the front River Street side.
Correct.
Why would you need 2 signs on the same River Street side of the building?
One is their logo.
The one sign is the Pioneer above the square, and the other one is the little blue logo. They're counting the Pioneer above the window as a sign and the little blue logo.
So those are separate.
Sign.
Yeah.
They're separate. The way that the logo scales, the way that that P is supposedly scaled to that Pioneer to keep brand identity makes it almost impossible for it to lay out flat next to the Pioneer on the wall. So to keep that branding identity and that main symbol that they're using, the flying P, part of their logo, we had to offset it onto that pillar.
It's also next to the door, so if you foot traffic,
And
it's
it's just-
go in there. It's big.
Sort of marks. the
That's
entry.
pretty much their wayfinding sign and identifying their exact location. The requested one on the top, the high up sign.
Got it. I do like the sign that you brought up across the street, the one that comes out of the grocery store on the metal yard arm with the two chains. I think it lends more to the architectural character of the building than what you're proposing. I really do.
Unfortunately, just there, because of the layout of their design and the word Pioneer, we would have to stretch out into the street, and we would be here for another variance for the distance it is away from the street and for the height from the sidewalk because of the elevated sidewalk. So it was something that was considered at one point, but it's just not feasible with the layout of the sign and the way the property is laid out and the setback from the street.
I could speak to that a little bit myself too.
Into the mic.
We've actually had some complaints from customers where we've done that at other locations because they can't see the bank when they're in front of it. You had to be driving either north or south. So when you're coming down the hill, you wouldn't see a sign that is only facing north and south. We've actually taken several of them down because of that reason.
I don't have any more questions. I don't have any more.
Any other questions?
No questions. I don't have any questions.
Anybody know that? No, I got.
No, you
ask the
gotta do
audience.
it separate.
We gotta do these separate.
Shoot
Yeah, yes.
separately.
Ask the audience.
Yeah, I saw it.
Is there any questions out in the audience here or online?
Hello, Elizabeth Rodriguez, local architect, advocate for good architecture in Troy. I'm actually a customer of Pioneer, the company Troy Architecture Practice. I think the lit sign up high on the side of the building is inappropriate and way too large. Maybe if it were painted on the wall like some of the other signs, a type of sign that would be appropriate to the age of that architecture might make sense. And if this were a headquarters for them or something where, like, if the Rock Gym had a big sign, well, that's a whole nother building, the doors in the back. That might make some sense, but I don't know. If it's a branch bank, I don't see why you would have such a large sign there. I can see why they want to do it. It's a great opportunity. But I don't think it's what we're looking for. I don't think pointing at other inappropriate signs is reasoning to approve that. The Pioneer sign, I can see they've got troubles doing it any other way down over the storefront. Maybe the P could be the thing that comes out from the building instead of being mounted on the column. My 2 cents.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Anyone online?
You want? Anybody online?
I mean, I will just to counter one of the points that she had made about Central Rock Gym. They have a much larger sign on the side of their building that is illuminated currently.
But not visible from the highway.
Which, to be honest, is a fault of their own because that is a safety hazard. People are using 787 to access these areas. So the more that people are able to see and further away that people are able to see signage, the safer traffic control there is.
No more discussion.
No more discussions?
We have to, oh, yes, it's seeker.
Well,
What do we got here?
We have to do seeker.
before I do seeker, I do have a question.
Well, hold on. one
Before
second.
that, I have one additional comment. I do want to point out the bringing Pioneer Bank to this neighborhood is a big milestone. And I want to make everyone remember how distressed this community currently is, or it was prior to this development going in and us trying to bring some of the growth from downtown where Pioneer has been for a long, long time into North Central, and how needed amenities like bank branches are to this type of neighborhood. And they need the brand awareness in this neighborhood to be successful. Part of that is signage. I think the sign package that's been presented is very reasonable. I disagree with a sign that should have been painted on the side of the building. I understand if it was a ghost sign or something from an old time, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about regular brand recognition for people that are going on the overpass, which is a advantage we're trying to take advantage of with this property's placement next to the bridge. I just want everybody to understand this is a very important thing to have amenities like this come back to this neighborhood where they've been gone for quite some time, and not to get lost in nitpicking necessarily small points about signage. This is bringing a bank branch to North Central, which probably 7 years ago, no one would have even thought about.
I have a question with regards to the environmental proposed motion, and that is in your short environmental assessment form, you indicate that where it asks at the end, has a site of the proposed action or adjoining property been the subject of remediation, ongoing or completed for hazardous waste? And you indicate yes, but
Yeah,
it says
it's the
if
river.
yes, describe. and
It's
you
the
don't
river.
describe
We
anything.
remember going over this last year with this board. It's the Hudson River is designated as a remediation site, and we're next to it. So when we do the secret, or we do the EAF through the DEC mapper tool, it comes up because the river is right next to us. That's the only contamination issue that's
Has
gonna
it been
flag there.
resolved? And it would be nice to have it in that form.
We got to
that
talk to
reference.
DEC. We're not going to do anything with the river, but that's just the system. It's nothing to do with our property.
Oh, okay. It just, any.
I
sort
know
of
it's concerning,
reference would
and
be
I don't
nice
like it
to
either,
have.
but it comes up. And
Oh, yeah. And if it
I have to
comes
give
up
this
and you have
response
a
every time.
reference
I
to
know.
DEC's number or case or whatever, it would be nice to have, so it, enlightens us.
We have a clean bill of health on the property. We did a phase 1 and phase 2. Nothing suspect was found, so we're in good shape.
Well, next, hopefully not, but, for future reference would be nice to put that down. A question I have with regards to just the overall approach of today, since there are concerns with regards to one of the signs out of the three, would it be appropriate to resubmit and only request two, or can we put forth a motion with regards to two out of the three?
Vote on each.
Well, first of all, you'd have to do the seeker and look at the entire project as it's been proposed, which is 3 signs, okay? And
Right.
secondly, the board is the master of its motions here. So if you want, you have to take these individually anyways, but if you want to make separate motions or a motion to table, obviously any member of the board has the power to do that. I'm not recommending that you go either way, but it's within the board's purview to decide what it is going to decide today. Right? But this is the application as it is right now for 3 signs.
We're going to take them all separately.
The number of signs, you're going to take each variant separately.
Okay.
So the first variance is the number of signs that they have. They proposed 3.
Do we have to do seeker first, though?
Yes.
Well, if it's part and parcel, and if the seeker motion is based on 3 signs, and the related motion varies the number of signs that are approved, I'm not sure if
As long as you're not increasing the number of signs
okay.
in the
All
later
right.
motion.
all right,
I
then I'll,
think you can make a determination whether or not 3 signs have a negative adverse impact on the environment or not.
Okay, I'll go forward then. Thank you. Mr. Chairperson, in regard to PLZBA 2026-0008, as supported by the staff reports, I ask that the board find this proposal of a maximum of 3 signs to be an unlisted seeker action with sufficient information available for a negative declaration.
I second.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
I,
I,
All righty.
we should someone make a motion on the 3 signs.
So I'm gonna make a motion that in regards to PLZBA 2026-0008, the property at 547 River Street, that we take each one of these requests kind of one by one. So I'll do the first one where they're requesting a maximum of, where the city allows a maximum of 2 signs, they're requesting 3.
I'm reading that carefully, rereading it. It looks like it's 3 signs. There are already 2 signs on the property.
If you want to read a whole.
So the zoning permits a maximum of 2 signs per lot. The 2 signs currently exist on the property. The applicant is requesting relief of 3 additional signs.
correct.
So I
That's it.
correct myself there. The benefit sought by the applicant may not be achieved by some other feasible method other than the proposed variance. So I vote that we approve the variance.
Any second?
No,
No.
I don't second it.
No.
No, okay.
So if he doesn't get a second, it fails,
So if there's no, the motion
pass.
won't even be considered.
Okay. So I can move on to the next one?
What?
No,
What?
that's it.
That's here.
They just turned down a variance for 3 additional signs.
So
Do you have another motion? Anyone else?
can I make a motion to vote on? Well, I guess we can't because
Yeah.
can I make another motion? That's what I'm asking.
Deny all 3 signs, then there's no.
They've said, I think the way they're thinking about it is, that they've denied a motion, or at least they haven't, no one seconded the motion to have up to 3 signs in addition to the 2 that are already there. So, I mean, I think they could approve a variance for 2 additional signs if that's where they're going. I don't know where they're going.
So,
They would have to, no, they have to make another motion. What?
so, okay, I make a motion to approve 2 additional signs onto the building based on the fact that the benefits sought by the applicant may not be achieved by some other feasible method other than the proposed variance.
Clarifying the
with
2
Huh?
signs?
Which of the signs?
Which 2 signs?
Yeah.
Yes, we'd have to
They're
clarify.
gonna have
which
to make
is-
that clear at some point.
Yeah,
It's the signs on River Street. The 2 signs on River.
I guess the one that everyone on the board besides me is concerned about is the one in the building. So are you, maybe we should ask the applicant if they want us to vote on 2, if is it all 3?
No, just do your vote.
Okay, so I move a motion that we vote on the 2 signs and approve the 2 signs on the building on River Street.
So the signs facing River Street, you mean?
The signs facing River Street on the front over the windows and next to the windows.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and then now I'm all confused about the,
Well,
You
that's
have
kind
one
of,
remaining sign on the side wall up high.
no, we
we nixed that one.
We've already ixnayed that.
Yeah.
That's it.
So no, but wait, isn't there another variance that we
Yes,
need for the
there is.
maximum? The maximum permitted living room wall sign is 48 square feet. Oh, no, because that's next too, because it's the bigger one. Oh, yes, they need a relief on the signs for the 25 inches. You need a 1-inch relief and a 12-inch relief. All right, so I make a motion that we grant a relief of 1 inch and 12 inch is respectively on the signs on the front facing signs on River Street, which is the logo, I guess you called it a flying P.
Correct.
Flying P and the word Pioneer. I think the flying P needs the 1 inch. Or is it, or the 12 inches respectively? Yes. Okay.
Zach, which one are you reading the second requested variance?
Well, the last
The
one.
very last one, the last,
This is the first
The
floor
last
signs are 25 inches and
sentence.
36 inches, requiring a relief of 1 inch and 12 inches respectively. So that's the flying P in the words above the window.
Okay,
Is that correct?
yes.
So that's what I'm making a motion on. Are we good?
I understand it.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes. Aye.
Yes.
So just to be clear on the record, we approved the signs on the front facing of River Street. What was not approved was the large sign
On the side.
on the side of the building 787. Because we couldn't get a second motion.
But you are not done because
Oh, what else do I need?
the second variance that would also, it will not be up to the 101 square feet that you are requesting. But if you can state the total square footage of whatever you are approving, that would work, because either way, you are approving two signs.
Mhm.
So the second, you have to read out the second variance.
The
Requested,
maximum
yeah,
permitted sign
yeah.
area less 60 square foot, total
Yeah.
sign area is 150 square feet.
Right now, it's not gonna be 101 because you are taking one out. Let me see, what is the?
So what's the
square footage
math
of
work?
First
The
one,
two first floor signs do not equal 156
yeah.
square feet, which was,
So what do they equal? The two.
So minus 65 that you are disapproving the 65.
Yeah, so do you want me to
So-
make another motion?
Sure, you have to make another motion to accommodate the second.
So what's the
variance.
total square footage?
Yeah,
You telling me?
that would mean,
90 something.
no. The sign on stairwell is 65, right? The sign on the upper floor is 65. So 36. Yeah, granting the variance for 36.
91 square feet, the relief is 31 square feet.
So what is it? Say it again, 91?
I think 156 minus 65 is 91.
Yeah, and so it's a relief of 36?
And the maximum permitted sign area is 60 square feet. So it'd be relief of 31 square feet.
Yeah, 31 square feet.
I'm doing that in my head. I don't know who's talking.
You'd have, no. I can make the motion for it if it
Well, wait a
makes
minute,
it.
Yeah,
let's just make it right.
Make it.
So, Andy, you know better, but
yeah.
was this in addition to the relief that was already granted? So it's all just written for the additional?
A relief of what?
It's not a addition
again.
relief, it's reduction.
Additional sign. Wasn't there already a variance granted?
Yes, yes, there was, yeah.
So it's all the new signs in addition? to that?
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. So already they have 156 existing that was approved. So what you are requesting today totals 101.
Oh, I see. That
So
inclu-
101, yes.
that includes the top sign?
That includes the top sign. So minus I think the top sign is
This Top sign you
65.
said is 65.
Five. So that should give us 36 square feet of what you are approving today.
Right, so it would be 36.
Wait,
36.
The Pioneer
36,
sign,
really, okay.
It's 101 minus 65.
So
Yeah.
it's 36 square feet. So I make a motion that we approve the total square footage allowed on the building for their project to 36 square feet. I make that motion I'm going to go with the same one because the benefits sought by the applicant may not be achieved by some feasible method other than the proposed variance.
And the location again?
And the location of this sign is the front facing River Street, the Pioneer of the Bank and the Flying P logo to the right of it, a little bit lower.
Second.
Aye.
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 I,
Anything else you want me to add to that?
No, I think you've approved the two signs, the variances
In the front of the
necessary
building.
for the River Street facing signs.
And unfortunately, not the one above.
I don't know if you want to
That one is a-
repropose for the one above. I don't know. What are the, well, that's.
Would it help if we remove the action symbol, the P from the River Street? The sign up top is our top priority. We may not get involved in this project if we don't get that sign up high.
So that was going to be my question for you. If you do not get the sign on the side of the building, are you going to remove the project?
I'm not the person that makes that decision, but I know the person that does really wants that sign up there so that they can see that Pioneer's been in Troy forever when they
Is that
come down the
something
hill.
that You'd be satisfied with?
nope,
Nope.
Would, when you go through that evaluation
Right.
process, if the individual or individuals would consider different options and approaches
right.
to that and resubmit.
Absolutely, but you know, we are held to our new brand and we want to keep consistency across the market.
Right, but
Well,
there's
and-
lighting differences, there's,
Sure.
you know,
that's-
other,
Right.
And just to that, you know, we'd like to keep our consistency too with the people that we say no to.
Yeah.
In the same location for a similar project. So I think we're being consistent also, just
Okay.
as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
No, we get it.
I wanted to understand that that one was the one that, you know, we really feel like we need to have.
Yep.
You know, the one down River Street, that's more
Stay in second.
pedestrian or, you know, local traffic. We could make some concessions down there, but I'm not sure how much wiggle room there is for our brand.
but lit versus not lit, you know, those kind of
Yeah,
things.
Don't suggest.
Discourse.
I mean, when I come down the hill and I grew up in Stillwater, my parents were born in
Yeah.
Troy. I was born at Samaritan Hospital. You come down the hill and you see lighted signs. I mean, it's been that way for decades but we can accommodate the best we can. Go back to the drawing board and see what we can come up with.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Oh, we got to make a motion to adjourn. I make a motion to adjourn. Oh, sorry.
Is there any other business that needs to
Okay.
come before the board this evening?
Pardon me?
Is there any other business needs to come before the board? I don't think so. I don't think so. Chris is back there. He's the only one
Yeah,
left.
I'm saying,
Chris,
the building's-
you got
I did that
anything
because
you'd
the
like
building.
Present?
Anybody online?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second the motion?
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Yes.
yes.
What is it? You didn't allow,
probably should have stated my name for the record.
you didn't allow the rock